mean, technically, I am above the ogres in the leaderboard, so I mean,
There we go.
technically.
We are live streaming, so hello and welcome internet. I'm Ink Knight and I'm joined by my friend Black and Scythe. We are going to be doing the analysis of what happened last week and this current week.
Yeah,
A few things happened, good and bad.
mostly bad.
definitely for you, Scythe. Very bad.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that in just a moment.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and start with the top of the list. It'll be the cheerful Chasters versus the Rehensibles, Dark Elves versus Chaos.
Yeah, looks like well, obviously the reprehensibles won.
Yeah, they got the 1-0 win. They barely won. They got a good injury on a Beastman. And let's look at these rolls. They have, well, actually, they got a few injuries, just nothing serious.
Yeah, 7 successful injuries on the cheerful chastisers versus 12 on the reprehensibles.
Yeah, and the dice rolls looks to be fairly even on across the board for both teams.
A lot more ones for the reprehensibles, though.
Yeah, well, he has a lot more dice rolls, period.
Oh yeah, but yeah.
When
It
you have
comes with the territory.
Indeed. I mean, yeah, he has 31s, but he also has 32 sixes. So anything above 2 plus for Elf is actually really good.
Yeah.
For,
A lot of skulls.
yeah.
To be honest, I think the Cheerful Chastise in that match, they were a little bit unlucky, but I think a little bit of misplays on Pig Dog's part might have contributed to his bit of downfall, I would say.
Yeah. Still being rookie-ish. He's not really a rookie, but he's still green. A couple things happened, and obviously it didn't go his way. But I'd say he did okay to trying to hold down against the Elves. He made a fairly low score game, so yeah. In all reality, I think he did okay. But let's move on. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way, because I know we have a little bit to talk about it, and it's at the very bottom. It's your match, Scythe versus the Ogres, and you got some garbage luck altogether.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's look at my statistics really quickly.
Yeah. Because I'm going to be honest with you, right? When I saw this earlier today, I was thinking, he lost 3-0, but when I've looked at it now, when I've had a chance to go on my computer and look at it now, it's like, what in God's green earth happened?
Dude, it was just all bad luck. I started off decently. I only put 3 people on the line, just dwarf blockers to try to absorb some of those things. No, it went bad like right away. He started like the first hit he got was an injury. Second hit he got was like a kill.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
And it was just like the first 3 turns he got nothing but injuries except for like maybe 1 stun. And then after that he was getting all stuns.
yeah,
Maybe a handful of just straight knockdowns until the second half, and then he just got pushes.
yeah. It sounds similar to my game when I was playing. I was playing in a different league, and I was playing Necromantic. My armor was paper, and my armor for Necromantic armor is not bad. It's usually 8 and 9. Yours is 8 and 9. Well, except your hobgoblins are 7. But usually you have high armor. And when Nuffle just destroys your armor like paper, you think that you have a high armor value, and Nuffle says no, you don't. You lose everything. You can't really do much. It's bad luck,
Bad luck.
and you just got Nuffled all get out, and you can't do nothing about it. When you get Nuffled, you get Nuffled.
Yeah, it's a steamroll. I mean, once the steamroll starts happening, especially with ogres, if ogres manage to get the advantage on you with a steamroll, you're dead. There's no chance of you ever recovering from it.
And yeah,
which is what happened.
you say you only put 3 people on the line against the Ogres.
I put 3 people on the line, the bare minimum.
Okay.
Everybody else is behind. He got those guys out. Blitz got another guy. Fucking the next turn, he ended like right next to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't able to do anything.
Yeah, and you don't have the level ups either to really counter the Ogres in that aspect because they have high armor. And did you target any of the small guys, the Nobblers, any?
Tried.
Yeah, and they were probably... Yeah, you got outnumbered and you got Nuffled, and with Ogres, they start fouling after you start once they outnumber you.
Battles actually didn't really work out that much. Most of it was just the ogres.
Gotcha. Yeah, you just got Nuffled altogether. Bad luck, so...
There
and
is
bad rolls.
no neutralizer there. There's no equalizer, and Like this is why I'm fairly certain I'm gonna be in the bottom half of the leaderboard again this season, because like it's game 3. I have one person who leveled up. Everybody else has 2 or 3 at least. One person has a level 3, 2 level 2s.
Well, I mean, it can change around. Once, it takes a little bit of time for the Chaos Dwarfs to turn around, but you have so many injuries. You got one on a crucial player, which is a Niggle on a Bull Centaur. And
It's an improvement from the death that it was.
Fair enough. So he's still in there, and it doesn't bring any stats down. It's just if he gets hit, it's gonna be a -1 on the injury.
Probably, but we'll see.
Yeah, and I mean, you still got your one guy that has a strength up, which can become useful once he comes back.
Turn 2.
Yeah, but still, he can't be useful once he comes back from his injury. So your team can still come back in here and get some level ups once they fight people who just joined.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, Bright. I usually don't allow 4 people in here, but this time I think I'll make a difference because you have never been in analysis.
Yeah.
I have not.
It's all good.
Sorry if I'm, running late and all that. Had a prior
Fine,
commitment.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's
Fine,
all
we-
good.
We brought some class to this analyst.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were talking about the ogres and how freaking Scythe got nuffled and stomped on by them.
Yeah. Straight luck. It's all.
Yeah, that was a lot of luck and a lot of garbage on his part. But let's go
I haven't
back.
actually seen that.
Yeah, I haven't
seen
either.
that match yet. So the ogres won a match.
The ogres
One
won.
match, 3-0.
Yeah, Scythe got nuffled. First few hits against him were an injury and a death, and yeah, his arm was paper for the first half.
Yeah, basically, like, I got destroyed the first half. By the time I went into this, I literally started the second half with 4 people.
Yeah.
And I only lost them. Beyond that, and I don't think I gained a single person back.
Yeah, he had a rough time, and Nuffle was not helping him out in any way.
Yeah,
But
it happens.
either way, what do you want to add to that, Bright, before we move on to the next game?
Nah, I've got nothing to say to that. Just
Yeah.
I know that ogres are very ogres are very dependent on Nuffle. Just either they go really well or they go really poorly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they went really well. I
Yeah.
have it all edited and rendered and shit, and I'll put it up probably later today.
Fair enough.
Probably.
But either way, let's move back down from the top of the list, back going down. It's going to be my match, the Underworld versus the Necromantic team. Yeah, I did win. It is a 0-2 win. And
Expulsions to 1.
yeah, I like fouling. Let's just say that.
Slacking. You needed 3 expulsions.
Yeah.
Come on.
Glad you disappoint me. You should have had at least 5 expulsions. That's disgraceful.
And only 68% of the ball possession? What the hell?
You only had
I expected
6.
75. I expected 69, goddammit.
I mean, I did some good work against the Necromantic team. That could actually have proven to be really bad for me. I was able to get some good injuries, some good TDs. And yeah, my goblins were awesome for this game.
Yep, that happens.
So
5 injuries
ha-
versus
Yeah.
4? Not bad. No, 10
I
injuries
gotta
versus
admit
4.
I gotta admit that one thing though. The Necromantic player, I don't know what he was playing half the time. He was just like, I don't know what he was doing, but he wasn't using his Necromantic team very well. I gotta admit.
and to be fair, I wasn't really allowing him to use his werewolves, which is his biggest key in his gameplay strategies, because those werewolves, that's the key. That's his key players, and yeah, I wouldn't allow him to really use them. Once I see them, I target them. They go down. Heck, I was actually able to get one out really, really early, and he only had one for most of the game.
Nice.
Yeah, he wasn't using them properly. I gotta admit.
But
This is coming from a guy who actually used Necromantic last season.
yeah, and I'm using Necromantic in another league, so I know how they play. And yeah, granted, his rolls were average, but he had more 1s and 2s than most of anything else. He had a lot of 4s though, so
Yeah,
overall,
it's like you both
it's
got about the same number.
kind of about even. His blocking dice, he had nowhere near as many pals as I did. He had a lot more skulls, so in that respect, it was kind of crap. Because you might as well say with against goblins, there's gonna be pushes mainly, unless you get a pal or both down. You have block, and for me, I had way more pals, a lot less skulls, and yeah, it was a completely different show.
It's always nice.
What would you like to add to that, Bright, before we move on?
I'm just saying that it's clear that he managed to get got some injuries in there on you, but nowhere near enough to turn the tide.
Yeah.
Indeed, and I think it was just mainly against goblins. No, I think he badly hurt a goblin and badly hurt a scapeman. I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
But either way, it was a good game for my team. I got a couple level ups, and yeah, we'll speak on that later in my next for next week. But either way, one after that is a tie between the Norse and Undead. Yeah, Johnny and I think it's Maz. Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
It's Johnny and Maz. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with that match. That match was quite interesting because he lost his Yeti at turn 1.
That was hilarious.
Funny. Yeah.
You know, the sad thing is, this league has a very poor history when it comes to the Norse. When it comes to the Yeti, they tend to go down really early.
That happens.
Yeah.
Johnny was just trying to pick somebody who would have an easy time.
I was trying to like
Easy time.
my prediction from last analysis. I was telling Johnny not to put his Yeti on the line. He put his Yeti on the line and he got hurt.
Yep.
Yep.
See, if he'd have listened,
If he would have listened.
and then
Well,
he
he
probably
did
would have still gotten killed. Just probably turn 2 instead.
Probably so, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's
Kind
how it
of.
goes.
Yeah, kind of a heavy blow that the MVP and the guy who leveled up is a lineman who has an injury that gives him less armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, that
pretty
was
bad.
hilarious.
That's unlucky right there.
And heck, Maz. Oh man, he is getting the SPP. His team is becoming very, very scary. Really, really
Yeah,
quickly.
They both got a lot of SP though.
Yeah, they
Like,
did, didn't they?
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, the MVP, but 4 on the serial killer for Sugar Bear on serial killers, 2 on Snap, 7 on Toucan Sam, and 2 on Count Chocula versus Johnny's MVP plus Rage, Hamar, Kyotsun, and Knud all got SPP.
You know something else is bad? For his next game, he's gonna be missing a Yeti. Like Johnny, he's gonna be missing a Yeti, a lineman, and another lineman. Both the linemen that he has that's missing is leveled up. Everything else is normal. Oh man, his next game's gonna be horrible.
Yeah, but it's not going to be the worst game of the season of this next the next one. I have a feeling there's going to be a few worse games.
Yeah, there will be. We got a long season ahead of us. So, but either way,
Oh yeah.
next one up is going to be
Yeah,
the
it's okay.
Amazons. What's up? Go ahead
Hey,
before we
game
go.
2. Now, just having a look at Az's team so far. Just he's got a right that has tackle, and he's got a ghoul that has kick.
Yep,
Honestly, good for him.
indeed.
Yeah.
And
I'll be
both
hon-
his mummies have guard.
I'm gonna be honest about that decision with the kick. I think that was the wrong decision. He should have went for block, make him a blodger, and make him very hard to be dealt with.
Yeah. Would have
Fair
been
When you got a
enough.
ghoul who's a blodger, it's like, well, not really. If he's a blodger, it's like you can't deal with him unless you have tackle, and if you don't have tackle, well, you're in for a long night.
Yeah, and that's his main ball carrier. I see what you mean exactly. Definitely that or sure hands. One of those two.
Agreed?
Like I will admit, I think he might have been a bit better off to have given kick to a zombie
Yep.
rather than a ghoul. Though I do understand why he wouldn't have given it to the other ghoul, because I'm fairly certain he was the one that actually has taken an injury to his stats. I'm pretty sure he's now line fodder,
Yep.
or at least that.
Captain.
Yeah, I
Minus
think
one
that
agility.
was.
Captain Crunch has -1 agility. Yeah, that's unlucky
Yeah.
right there. It's he literally should just get rid of that one. There's no
Yeah, I'm
point in
pretty
keeping
sure-
it.
I think the reason he's keeping around is, as I just said, he's keeping around for line fodder.
It's not a terrible idea, but it's probably more worth it just to get rid of him and get another one. Like, to me, because his agility's low. I mean, he does have armor value, so I mean, I would keep him around for line fodder, but I would try to get him killed intentionally.
Either way, let's move on to the next match.
I think that's the plan anyway. But next match.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
next match.
The Amazons versus the High Elves.
Blue Mountain State versus the High Elves. I like that show. It's a good show. If you haven't seen it, it's funny. The movie was also good.
To be honest, I'm getting now a little bit terrified
Wait,
of Deborah.
It's not High Elves. It's actually Bretonnia. My bad.
Yeah, Bretonnia.
Ooh.
Yep.
Deborah,
Yeah,
11.
Deborah-
Blodge with movement allowance of 8.
Yeah.
That is
What?
Double movement allowance. Yeah.
I didn't even know. I didn't even look at the level ups for it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is a scary blitzer.
Yeah, she's gonna be fucking
Yep.
insane, which means, of course, it's gonna be the first person people kill.
Yep. Definitely.
Easy enough too, because only armor
Yeah.
value 7. She's gonna be a target, and I'm fairly certain if she doesn't have a bounty on her already, she's gonna get a bounty put on her by the end of this next series.
Yep.
But
actually, that reminds me. Do we actually know what happens with bounties? What bounties actually do?
I have no clue.
I don't think they do anything. I think they're just there.
Yeah.
Like,
But
they could do something, but I really don't know.
either way, let's continue with the match results.
To be honest, I felt the Knights, the Bretonnians did okay, but I felt that they were a little bit. It was a case of a man versus a boy kind of match.
Yeah.
Ooh, and here's another bit of unlucky. Had to make a lot more rolls, which means it was, of course, 12 ones on BMS to 22 ones on the Ember Knights.
Yeah, that's essentially pretty much double the amount of rolls that the Amazons have to do.
Double the rolls, double, and like he got a lot more 6s, yes, but he got a lot more 1s.
Well, looking at this, it's about average for the rolls. They're all about even. And with the Bretonnians, it's a 3 and up, so pretty much he got some okay rolls and a lot of bad rolls at the same time. And Amazons is 3 and up also, a lot less rolls. So yeah, it's all about even, to be honest.
About.
But on the other side though, the injuries, that was a different story.
That's the thing.
3 injuries
Well, that
and
makes
1
sense.
guy
What the-
died.
Yep, looks like he got a kill, so I mean that's a plus. 2-1. It's about how I figured it'd go. Easy time against the Amazons, huh?
Yeah, Amazons just have especially early on, being one of the teams that start off with they can start off with Blodge.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have 4
Yeah.
blodgers immediately. It's pretty nasty.
Mm. And yeah, the Bretonnians, unless maybe a bit later on, if they had with some level ups and like some of them with tackle, they might have been able to. They would probably be able to They might be able to handle that better. But this early on, there's no shame in losing to that this early on.
Yeah.
They don't really have a strong answer.
And the Bretonnians didn't have any tackle whatsoever. So yeah, that in all reality, it wasn't a bad match. It could have been a lot worse, and he only has a lineman that got injured, so it's not that bad. Either way.
I mean, to be fair with Bretonnia, I will say they do have an answer to the blockers. They do have an answer to that with because some of their players do have wrestle.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking with the analysis originally. He could use wrestle to bring him down. But either way, we need to move on to the next match because we got a lot of things we got to cover. That is the Orcs versus
the Goth Clan.
Indeed, Orcs versus High Elves. This is the High Elves. So since it's your match, Black, what happened here, man?
Simple. I taught those Ponzi elves how to pass.
Goddamn.
That was it. I literally outpassed them, outplayed them. I mean, the only problem I ever had with him was I couldn't hurt him.
Question is, did you play any elf darts?
Yeah, just playing the Elf Darts.
Did try, but unfortunately the guy was too stubborn.
Yeah, you
That was
didn't
the
get
problem.
any injuries. He's got. Oh man, you got a lot of KOs against him. Are we looking at Ben's and freaking his match before now? Are you kidding me? What's this?
block dice. Yeah, it looks like you did pretty good. Looks like better than humans. Got a lot more pals, but then you got
But that
a
was
lot
the
of
thing.
skulls. So.
Yeah, but the thing is though, I mean, most of my stuff was all about like I said, like I said, I outpassed them, which was very odd for an orc to do, but yeah, I done it.
Well, let's say it like this: you only have one pass against his two passes.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, to be
Yeah,
fair,
but-
even though with an orc team, still the fact that you have a successful pass and one speaks for itself.
Yeah, it kind of a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
he was trying to play like a cage, like out of cage formation, but I was not having any of that crap. I was thinking, if you want to play that, fine. I'll find one point and just break through and just go for it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, dude, that's my favorite thing to do. I did it against Johnny at the end of the last season. Destroyed his
indeed.
right
Yeah.
flank, ran back, knocked him out, took the ball, ran it in.
Good
Indeed.
alignment
Yeah.
with Mighty Blow.
Oh, dude, lineman with mighty blow. That's what really fucked me.
Yeah, Mighty Blow is a
To be
great
fair-
skill.
Yeah, but to be fair, I mean that was I didn't have a choice in that matter because I had rolled a double and it was the only way I can get Mighty Blow for him. So I figured, you know what, I might as well grab it while I got the chance.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
fair
But the
enough.
most-
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and I also have now a Blodger Blitzer. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that is a scary blitzer. Either way, let's move on to the next match. It is Ben versus Bright over here. So I gotta ask you,
Yeah.
Bright, what happened in this game, man?
Honestly, this is one of those games where, yes, I lost, but I don't really feel like it was a loss at the same time, since it was one of those cases of it could have very easily gone either way.
Yeah.
It was
and-
just, yeah, it was just literally if just at like the last couple of turns, Steam just needed they got the dice rolls they
You
needed
outpowered
to-
him, you out-injured him, you hurt him, you killed a guy. He just was just quicker and got a TD. That's pretty much all it is.
Yep.
Yep. Well, no,
Yeah, but-
technically I killed two people, because one's dead, another lost a point in strength.
Ah,
and
yeah,
is
so
being
technically,
buffed.
yeah, two guys that are dead, you might as well say, yeah.
Yeah,
But-
in return
question-
for that, however, Willie Pete now has strength 4.
Yeah, Big Willie PP is a very, very scary player.
Yeah, that he is. But only 7 armor value still, so he's really easy to kill.
Indeed, a
He
squishy.
does have blodge. He does have blodge, though, and leap. Because leap did serve him well a couple of times during this match.
Yeah, Bleep is a fantastic skill and underrated for a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
But you go up against the wrong person. I mean, one wrong roll, he's dead.
Indeed.
I was tempted to take that for my Blitzer, you know, leap just for shits and giggles, but I figured not.
No.
I mean, to be fair, I did try my best to kill and injure as many elves as possible, but it's just, I kept knocking them out and they kept getting the fuck back up.
Yeah. It happens,
No,
but
I felt.
either way, good game to your part. You had some decent injuries and whatnot, but let's move on.
I got some successful passes, which surprised the fuck
Yeah,
out
I
of me.
saw that skink pass with freaking what was it? It was sunny outside, so it was a -1 in the pass, and it's actually already a -1 for passing with a stunty, and you got a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a re-roll from a 5 too, so they were doing all right.
Yeah, that skink was a great passer.
Yeah. Yeah, and Russian Trump has now got catch.
Yeah.
Yep. That's all that.
Yeah.
Level 3 skink. Gotta
Either
watch out
way.
for that one.
Let's move on to the next steamroll of this week. Yes, it's a tie, and I actually just
Oh,
finished
yeah.
watching this.
It was a tie, but it was a quote unquote tie.
It was a steamroll. That's what that was.
Yeah.
The rats
19 to 3.
were
Holy shit,
flattened.
they got killed.
The
Two
rats
deaths.
were flattened.
The rats got
It was-
got some.
Flatten wasn't the word.
Go ahead.
That wasn't the word for it. It was more along the lines of, "Me see rat, me crush."
Pretty
What I thought
much.
it was.
Heck,
Yeah,
freaking.
pretty much.
Side, you had a bad game. He had a really bad game.
Yeah.
Now, I mean,
but-
no, he didn't. He didn't necessarily lose, but his team is in a crucial state where he might just start be losing just because his players suck. Because they all get outnumbered and die.
True. Though to be fair, the result of that match, his thrower now is accurate. So
Which is really good. It can
Yeah.
really do great if he throws it down the field and to a gutter runner, and the gutter runner can get a TD. It's really good, but he has to set it up.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And luckily for you, Skate. Like, who are the two you lost? Just what players did you actually lose?
It wasn't me.
Who?
And Scythe is the Chaos Dwarf, the other steamroll that we talked about earlier.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, for the
So-
looks like he lost a gutter runner and a storm vermin.
No, I don't
Ooh,
think he.
those
I
are
don't
key
think he.
players.
I don't think he lost a storm vermin.
Because he only has 2.
Yeah, that's all
I
he's
mean-
supposed to have is 2.
Okay, then yeah, he should be good.
He
Then,
lost a gutter runner and a lineman.
yeah. Gutter runner.
Well,
What's
that's not
the
so
third one
bad.
he lost?
Oh, wait,
it's not
was
so
it?
bad. I mean, it's Skaven.
Correction,
Skaven are relatively
it was a
cheap
gutter runner.
blades.
He had a very badly injured either lineman or thrower because he only has 1 thrower.
Yeah.
That's what
well,
happened.
I think he. Wait,
He
he
could
had
have
2.
started. He could have only had 1 thrower to begin with, but I don't know.
Now I think he had 2, and one of them got injured bad or died. I can't remember which will happen, but either way,
Yeah.
Well,
He's down
to
a
be
lot of
fair,
people.
at least he's down people, but he's not screwed because, as I just said, Skaven are one of those teams where you can replace losses fairly easily.
yeah, he did buy another gutter runner too, and he's gonna have 3 loners, so he's probably gonna put them on the line and let them get punched.
Oh yeah, that'd be what I'd do.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
oh god, let's just last match, the steamroll.
Well, we already talked about that one.
Yeah,
Oh, we already
talked
got
that.
mine. Yeah, first
Ah,
thing
yeah.
we talked about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
We were talking about before we started the stream, so you might as well go ahead and get it off our chest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Got my ass kicked pretty bad.
yeah, you got
Good
knuffled.
luck, but it happens.
You got
Not a
knuffled.
big deal. Like I said, it should be up. I'll put it up later.
Either way,
Fair enough.
let's move on to the important bit. We looked over the last week. Let's look over this upcoming week. So
Yeah.
let's go ahead and start from top, going down to bottom.
Yep. Romco versus Lizard Folk.
Nope. Is that lizard? I think that's Dark Elves. I'm pretty sure that's Dark Elves.
Reprehensibles, not
that's
Lizard
Dark
Folk.
Elf.
Sorry, misspoke.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm next. I'm the next. I'm below that.
But
Yeah.
So we've got humans versus dark elves, right?
yep,
Yeah,
humans
yeah.
versus Dark Elves.
Dark Elves. Very nice.
Okay.
Ooh. I'm gonna be honest with this.
Mhm.
If Ronki can get a good start by injuring a few players, I think he could take the game. But I feel that the Dark Elves are just gonna run riot, just keep away.
Probably.
There's always the possibility, though. The fact that the human team now has both of their blitzers have mighty blow,
Yeah,
including their ogre who has guard.
that is
That is
pretty
a-
scary.
That's pretty.
It's pretty
Yeah.
tough.
Um,
I'd say the humans they have the same team value about. So I mean, I'd say they have a decent chance evenly. It's all down to luck and skill at this point.
That said, a lot of the people on the dark elf team have block, have not just the blitzers.
Yeah,
His
it's true.
blitzers do have. He has all his blitzers. At least one of them has blodge. One has mighty blow of itself. But he also has got his runner. A couple of his linemen have block as well.
yeah, he's actually
Yeah.
meant to go with Nerves of Steel, I believe, with the runner, but he misclicked and got blocked.
I mean, if it keeps the runner alive,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean-
helps.
Block
Yeah.
is always good to get.
Oh yeah, block's one of the best skills in the game.
Oh yeah.
And he has an Agi 5
So, this is
blitzer,
one of-
so yeah. This is up for grabs for either one, to be honest. I think, in my personal opinion, while I'm watching, I think Maud is a little more experienced. He is going to have a loner, but that's not really going to be a big deal for them because he's going to probably put him on the line and be a chew toy for the ogre.
Yeah.
Like this, I think
Yeah.
this one's gonna very much come down to where the dice roll, because both
Yeah.
have the ability to do a lot of damage. Admittedly, the dark elves might have a bit more of an edge in that they consistently have better agility, so they might be able to play the ball a bit better.
Oh,
but-
definitely, they're elves.
Yeah,
But yeah, we got 3 Mighty Blow players on the human team. That's the scary thing. And Dark Elves, they only have armor value 8 and 7, so it can be scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is very much going to come down to, because they're both relatively even. They both have a lot of ways of dealing with it. I'm inclined to think that if Nuffle is kind and and they don't get completely screwed over with injuries, the Dark Elves might be able to pull this off because of the amount of block they've got over the team that will help keep them alive.
Fair enough,
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's 4 versus how much is it? 6, 7, 4 versus 7? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the block might. So ironically, the Dark Elves' ability to fight might get them through this, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, there is
Oh, yeah.
one more thing I have to add on. The humans actually have a lot more players too, so they could be fouling and not have to worry so much.
Ooh, that is true. That is a.
But for some reason, not a lot of people like to foul. I don't get it, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Even
get
if
it
they
either.
have the players, even if they have a perfect opportunity, for some reason, people do not like to foul. I love fouling.
I love fouling.
Fouling is fun, but not everybody shares that mindset.
I
And
guess.
I'm
Like,
pretty sure humans are one of the people who share that mindset.
I will admit I've taken to fouling with my Lizardman team, but that may be because of Russian Trump. He's turned out to be really good at it.
Yep, and
Who
he
would
has
have
sneaky
thought?
git.
Who would have thought?
Sneaky Git is so good.
What would you like to add to this, Black? I haven't really heard you say much about it.
To be honest, I don't see Ronki not getting badly hurt or badly beaten, but I kind of feel that, like Bright said earlier, I think this will boil down to dice. It's gonna boil down to the dice who gets the better rolls.
All right, since you're speaking, what shall we put the score to for this?
It's hard to say because it very much depends on how the dice goes. Because the dice goes, but if I have to say, I'm going to say maybe a 1-2 match because I feel like this is going to be more of a fighting match rather than a playing one.
Okay, 1, 2. Who's winning?
Well, as I said, that's going to depend on the dice. If he can get the injuries early, it's going to be Ronki. But if I feel like the Dark Elves have the potential, if they get lucky and they don't suffer any injuries early on, they'll be able to withstand the barrage.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna say the Dark Elves winning 2-1?
I will say that, but as I said, it's one of those matches where it's going to be very hard to call until it actually happens.
Yep, but we gotta give something to them. You can say it a tie, or you can say someone else winning. Gotta give us something.
I'm going to be more inclined towards the Dark Elves, but this is for a 1-2 for the Dark Elves because
Okay.
Oh yeah.
they've got a block, they can play the ball a bit better, but at the same time I acknowledge that Ronki could very easily just steamroll the bus.
Start punching them, start outnumbering them. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a 3-1 win to the Dark Elves. I just got for the Dark Elves. I'm just gonna outrun him and all that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the elf bullshit is going to be real in this round. I think all of the elves are going to do like good for some reason because elf bullshit.
I mean, to be fair, there's also the fact that I'm fairly certain that just double checking to make sure, but yeah, only one of his blitzes actually has dodge.
Yeah.
Yep, he has one blodger. This is my opinion.
Yeah.
It's a lot more block. It's way more agility. I think the Dark Elves might be able to run around. But looking at the players, and like you said, it really depends on the dice and how the rolls go for injuries. I'm going to say Dark Elves going to win probably 2-1. But I'm probably going to also say it's probably going to be a tie. It's going to be a 2-2 because the humans is going to start outnumbering them. So that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with a 2-2 tie.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's fair.
Next one is Bright versus the Ogres.
Ogres.
This is gonna be funny
Yeah.
because he got
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of level ups.
Yeah. Hang on. I need to have a. I'm gonna have to have a proper look at how his team's developed, but
He has 2 ogres with guard and a sneaky git.
I mean, I do have a Saurus with tackle, so I can at least threaten the bloody,
Oh yeah.
the bloody snotling. So
Did get Hope and like an injury though, a niggling injury, but it's still an injury.
Oh, a niggle on a freaking Nobbler? That guy is gonna be counting his days.
Oh yeah, no, and it's Hope.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody wants to kill Hope.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
to be honest, Bright. I'm gonna be honest about Bright's team. I feel that. No offense, Bright, but I think you might struggle in this match for 2 reasons. One, this will be the only time you're gonna get outpowered,
Oh yeah.
which is
big
rare.
time.
And 2, if you know, if Joe is smart, which it's gonna be questionable with his sanity at least.
After that
If
last
he-
game, I don't know. He destroyed me in the last game.
He got lucky in the last
If-
game.
Yeah, but he did it insanely well.
If he's lucky, I mean, if he gets his nobblers into your skinks, you might have some problems because you're only got what, 4 skinks? Is that right?
Actually,
5.
no. I should have. 1 second, just double checking.
You have 5. You have 5.
Yep, 5.
Right. My apologies. But I think that, to be honest, in this game, I think you will struggle a little bit because you don't have many ways of dealing with the nobblers except for that one tackler, right?
True.
He on the other hand can outpower you, and the numbers game will be on his side pretty much. It's just you just gotta hope that you can do a lot of injuries quickly to make his ogres inert. But that is the big problem, is trying to get those injuries quickly.
Yeah, and at least from my experience, he likes to sit all of his ogres right on the front line, and then just like opening turn, he tries to get as much hits in as he can. So what I would do if I were you, get 3 of your skinks, put them on the front line, put everybody like a little bit back so he has to blitz if he gets the ball if he gets to go first. That's what I would do. Use your skinks as sacrificial lambs, because he's going to target your skinks. He told me this. He said this is one of the few games that his nobblers can actually hurt the skinks, and so he's going to just use his nobblers to murder all your skinks and then outnumber you.
Well, I'm going to say put 3 swords on the line. Reason why, number 1, they have higher armor. Yes, the Mighty Blow is going to make him down to 8, most likely. That is going to affect your injury. 1 of the 2, if he breaks his armor or not. But it's a higher chance for him not to break your armor. Even though I'm saying this after Size match that got his armor became paper. But regardless, on average, most of the time, your armor is going to withstand most of that nonsense.
Most of the time.
And your skinks,
True.
they're your ball carrier. Period.
Yeah.
You have
If
to
I lose
protect
the
them.
skinks- Yeah, I mean, you can't. I know for a fact that you can score with Sauruses. I've done it.
Oh,
plenty
yeah,
of times.
yeah, yeah. But
Oh, yeah.
it's really rare. It's
Yeah,
really
it's-
hard. They have agility 1. They're not
Oh, yeah, it's-
ball.
It's
They're
not
not going to pick up the ball. Use your
No.
one
It's not-
source.
it's a fair-
Go ahead.
I'd say you just have to pick apart his nobblers, and after that, you're good.
This
Once you start getting a lead on him, numbers wise, you got him. You
indeed.
start splitting everybody else off, focusing on the ogres. Because ogres, if you take down even 1 ogre, you're going to cripple his team.
Exactly. And heck, here's another thing. If he puts all of his players on the front lines, you can flank around and outnumber him that way.
He puts his ogres on the front line. He lines the backfield with nobblers.
Oh, I know. But his skinks are really quick. Say for example, he puts all of his ogres on the front lines, not on the flanks. He doesn't play wide. You can be able to flank
No,
around.
against me, he didn't play wide. That doesn't mean he's not going to play wide, but against me, he didn't play wide.
If he does play wide, outnumber one of those ogres, take him down, because your Sauruses have freaking strength 4.
Oh yeah.
You can just put like 2 other Sauruses right there, and you can take them down. If you have to, you can start stomping on them.
But I'm fairly certain he's not gonna be going wide with his ogres. He likes to keep his ogres clustered.
Fair enough, and that's
Which
what
is
you probably
fair.
need to do.
I mean, to be fair, he's got 2 ogres with guards, so it's a pretty solid plan.
Yeah, those are gonna be his outside people, for sure.
Yeah, I would say the best course of action would be to play a game of like they keep away from his ogres and pick off the nobles, because the ogres in general, right, are powerhouses without a shadow of a doubt,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
but they're not very, shall we say, light-footed, so they can be easily like out spetted and out tricked. If you can get
Mhm.
around the back and get the nobblers, that's when he's going to struggle.
Oh yeah.
Indeed. That's what I was kind of getting at.
Definitely do have the movement on him.
True.
So
Yeah,
we.
I will admit, my Sauruses are going to be taking a bit of a beating going into this one, but really, if I can start, I just need to eliminate the Nobblers.
Yeah.
I think you got a good
Or at
chance
least some
myself,
of them.
man. I think you're gonna
If
be
I can
able.
just-
Oh yeah.
I think you're gonna be able to go
doesn't
behind
take
them,
much,
and you're
just need
good.
Some of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But we got to go to the scores. It's your match, Bright, so you cannot really
I'm
say
staying
much
out
on
of
it.
this.
Yeah, you have to stay out of it. So, Black, what do you think the score is going to be between the Lizardmen and the Ogres?
I'm going for and I'm going to be honest, this is going to be a 2-2 draw.
Really? Okay, fair enough.
Sounds reasonable.
And what do you think? What do you say, my friend Scythe?
I'd say the ogres are probably gonna lose this one, 2-1.
Yep, I'm gonna have to agree. I'm gonna say 2-1, if not a 3-1. The Ogres,
Yeah, it all comes down to the first couple turns.
indeed, and how
Like,
great your armor is. Is your armor gonna become paper bright, or is it going to actually hold steady? Unlike Scythe's team over there that became paper.
All luck, man. It is all luck. He could knock all your sources out in the first couple turns. Like that is.
It is very possible.
Entirely possible.
It depends on what
And at
Nuffle
that
says.
point, you would be essentially crippled.
Yep.
But,
But
you could also kill all of his people.
yep, you could, or at least cripple him by destroying one ogre. That'll cripple him.
Maybe you'll get lucky and kill one of his ogres.
Indeed.
I'm hoping you do.
Either way, this is fairly interesting. We got the Orcs versus the Chaos Dwarves. Granted,
Yep.
Scythe has gotten his team torn up by the Ogres, but he'll be getting a
So
lot of
I'm just gonna-
inducements.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna say right now, like I know I'm not supposed to, but the score is gonna be 3-1
Ooh.
against me. I'm just gonna say that because I'm gonna go into this. I'm having 3 journeymen. I have no level ups versus your what? 5, 6?
I've only got 3.
two.
That's it.
It feels like 5 or 6. God damn it! You got 4. You got 4.
Yeah.
I have 1 who's out.
Yeah, but you will be getting some inducements, a good chunk of inducements actually.
I haven't actually done the calculations for the journeyman.
You are going your journeyman is 40k each.
40k each, so it's only 3, so it's not much. So I'm gonna be in the 8 to 900s versus his. So I'm gonna have some, but
You're gonna be able to get a couple of star players, unless you want a wizard or something. So yeah, you got a fighting chance if you get a good star player. You got a fighting chance. I'm not going to deny it. Don't get me wrong. These orcs, they have strength 4. There's a good chunk of level ups. Those blitzers are very nasty, and he has a alignment with mighty blow.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So it's gonna be a tough match, and I know you don't really care, but you're gonna fool around. You're gonna try to hurt some of these orcs. You're gonna try your best.
I'm gonna try to kill as many as I can. Obviously, that's my point.
You can try, little man. You could try. I'll make sure you don't get out of this in one piece.
He's already in pieces, sir.
Oh yeah, I'm already not in 1 piece. I'm in like 4 pieces. Did you not notice the people killed and left on the sidelines?
Exactly. He's already in pieces.
The thing is though, there's a little history between the orcs and the chaos. Like we orcs like you chaos dwarves are a bunch of traitors because you've got, hobgoblins on your side, and also you've slaved my people, so we're gonna come and get you and revolt and kill you.
Oh, we're gonna make you squeal like orcs.
I love to see. I'm not gonna lie. This is Scythe is the underdog here. We're not gonna deny this. Scythe is the
Oh, yeah, big
underdog.
time. Yeah.
Um,
That's the thing.
I would love to see Scythe make an upset and win somehow. I would like to see that. I don't think it's going to happen.
Probably not, but it's possible. I will
But-
say it is possible. I've pulled off weirder things in Blood Bowl.
Fair enough. But
I mean, but it does help that Scythe is going to get the game going forward. He's going to have some bonuses from the team value because he's going to have a lot of journeymen.
3.
In this case,
yeah.
I'm pretty. Let's
Okay.
see, 1, 2, 3, 4.
4. Sorry,
Actually.
not 3. 4.
4
Yeah.
journeymen. So he's going to have 4 journeyman hobgoblins, and they're cheap. So he's going to have a lot of petty cash to work with, and a lots of expendable hobgoblins to take advantage of.
But yes, I put 3 hobgoblins on the line, spread them out wide, and back
It's
them.
gonna be 930 team value versus 1180 team value. It's gonna be the team value.
So yeah, you're gonna have about around 200.
About 200. Yeah.
You can get a good star play with that, man.
So you're not going to get the the halfling chef, but you're still going to get a few bonuses going forward.
Well, he's gonna get a
Right.
star player, I assure you, and it's gonna be really good for him.
It depends. Star players have never been good for me, actually.
Fair enough, because you do
Every
lose
star
it fairly
player I've
quickly,
gotten-
don't you?
Every star player I've gotten has been knocked out within the first 2-3 turns. Every
Yeah.
single one.
It's just about placement.
To be
and
honest,
whatnot,
I'm
too.
hoping to get some points. Yeah, I want to get some points with Black Orcs because my Black Orcs have done bugger all for this league so far.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, you're probably gonna get a few points for this one.
I'm hoping to get some points on my thrower and one of my blitzers to get a level 3 blitzer and a level 3 thrower. Now that'll be good.
Either way, we already know what Scythe thinks. It's gonna be a 3-1 him losing. I'm gonna say it's a 2-1 with him losing.
I'm gonna go with a 2-1 in favor of the Chaos Dwarves.
Really? You think they're gonna win?
Yeah.
It's I know now who to murder when I get my hands on very soon, Mr. Bright.
Either way, it's gonna be a fun match.
Indeed. And what do you? Oh, you
And
can't
what's
say
the-
your match, but either way,
Yep. No, but I was saying no. But after this, unless you not me and Sai will have our match straight away to beat each other senseless.
indeed.
Pretty much.
Next thing up though is the Amber Knights versus the Rats,
The rats.
and the Rats are in pieces too.
Yeah, the rats are gonna be getting some SP probably.
Oh, definitely.
Not some SP. Some petty cash. That's the word.
Petty cash.
They're down 3 people, so it's 3 line rats. It's 500 each. 840, 890.
It's gonna be 150, so it's gonna be 990. Yeah, verse. He's going.
990, yeah.
He's definitely gonna get some inducements because Bretonia is 1040, so he's gonna get about around
Yeah.
100 and something.
150.
Yeah.
150.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's gonna be able to
Yeah.
get something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. To be honest, this match I feel is gonna be even more bloody than the last one. I would say.
I don't know now. There's been 2 deaths. His last game. I don't know. Now, granted, this is going to be a slobber knocker. I'm not going to deny that if he can place him. And he's been playing Banshee with the Rats. If he stops playing Banshee with the Rats so much, he might have a good fighting chance because they're not meant to bash. They're fragile. They're fast and fragile.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am inclined to think that this is going to be. It depends on what kind of game this becomes, because if the Rats can do what the Skaven do best and actually play the ball and just stay away from people and not get bogged down in a brawl, they'll obviously win.
Oh, yeah.
Indeed.
But if the Amber Knights can actually lock the Rats down into a fight, let's be honest,
Rats
Yeah,
tough.
it's going to be nasty.
Yep. So, I think obviously the rats have the advantage in speed, but I think they're gonna get stumped.
They're probably going to get stomped again. And Grim is... He's a green player. He's a rookie-ish player. I mean, Oathmaster, he's green. He's not a rookie though. He's green, but not a rookie.
Yeah.
He's got two of his blitzes already with Blotch, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not gonna be a fun time for those Rats.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's gonna be a good moment. Good match though.
Either way, what's the score, everyone?
2-1 against Reds.
I'm going to say 3-1 for the Amber Knights, simply because I kind of suspect that after a while the Rats are just gonna take so many losses that they're just gonna be able to just walk the damn thing.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Possibly. Rats are
I'm
pretty
going
slippery
for-
though, so I don't know.
I'm going for 4-1 the Rats.
Ooh.
The Rats
I think
winning?
The Rats are gonna pull it.
Yeah, Rats winning 4-1 because the thing I've watched with Oathmaster is he's kind of a bit of a slow kind of player. He's not like speedy like what Surge is. Like with Sarge, he's a bit faster. I feel
Okay.
so. I think it'll be a case of he'll probably try and get as many touchdowns quickly before he gets overrun.
Well, I've seen both of these people play. I say the Oathmaster is a little bit more experienced, so I'm gonna give it to Oathmaster. I think it's going to be a 2-1, if not a 3-1 win for the Amber Knights.
Nice.
Alright, that everyone?
Indeed. So next thing up is the Undead.
Serial Killer versus the Stream Team.
Yep. What else?
Oh, this will be fun.
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting.
Maserati versus
Bungee Man Ben.
Bunchu Man. That's the word. Ben. What
Um,
else?
I'll be honest about this. Match. I'm gonna be honest. I think this is one Ben is definitely gonna struggle because the Mummies are gonna run roughshod over the linemen big time.
Well, maybe.
They could.
Like,
think he's-
just to back that, I do think that this is going to be a bit of an uphill struggle for the Wood Elves, because yes, they do have their strength for War Dancer, but that's basically all they've got going for them at the moment.
I mean, he's got a couple of dodging linemen, but to be honest, as soon as those Mummies start like throwing massive bombs and start hitting, I think that's where he's gonna struggle.
So he's gonna be having two journeymen, but the Wood Elves, I think they might, if he plays like elves are supposed to play and gives him the bare minimum and just runs around in the whole game, he's got it. He's got the movement on him. for
That's
sure.
what I think was going to happen.
He dwarfs his movement. He's what, the slowest person is movement value 4 versus 8. He's going. I think he's
7
gonna be able
actually.
to
The
get the
ghouls,
ball.
the ghouls have
Yeah.
7 movement allowance. He's gonna run circles around this undead team. That's what I'm thinking. He has 2 loners, so they're not important. He's gonna put those in front of the mummies.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna try to dodge out and bait him to try to blitz them. But that War Dancer is the scariest thing in this game, in my opinion.
He could easily get the ball, jump over the line, and then run the ball in.
Exactly.
And
Yeah, but-
if he does it right, there ain't anything the enemy team could do about it because they're too slow.
That and they
But
don't
here's
have
the
enough
thing,
strength.
But here's the thing, though, and this is something I should say to Maz. Maz, if that War Dancer, the strength 4-1, is on his arse, stamp the living shit out of him until
Yep,
he dies.
you
'cause
got
that's
to
the way
foul
he's
the War
not good.
Dancers. The War Dancers are just too good. Foul them on the best thing you can, and try to foul them with a zombie if you can, because you don't want to
Gotta
foul,
foul
or
with that.
or a skeleton for that matter, zombie or a skeleton. Foul with them because, yes,
Whatever. Yeah.
yeah, just try to
Might
get
be
those War
some
Dancers out.
It might be an idea for Az to do, just as a tactic to do, is keep Tony the Tiger more towards the back,
Keep them as a
Just
safety. Yeah.
quite literally to prevent the War Dancer actually running past, because the fact he has tackle means he's one of the few people who can actually,
Do something.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he's slower than the War Dancer, but with 6 at least he'll be able to intercept. He'll be fast
yeah.
enough to do an interception.
And he does have a ghoul with kick, so he can maintain the ball in his field, so he can probably kick a little bit further down, to where the War Dancers have to do 2 or 3 different turns before he can get down the field, so he can position his players correctly.
Oh, yeah.
True. Yeah,
But-
that's going to be very important for him, is just positioning, just so that he can try and lock down as many elves as possible.
Yeah, play wide, Maz. If you want to try to win, play wide. I assure you, Ben knows what he's doing because he knows how to play Blood Bowl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah, that's basically how. That's honestly, considering just how bad his dice rolls against my last match were with him, it was quite literally the fact that he knew how to play that basically was what kept him in it and allowed him to win.
And that's something I definitely want to tell about everyone playing Blood Bowl. Yes, it is luck involved, but if you know what to do and what to predict and increase your chances, that's what allows you to win games. Position your players before you have to make any kind of rolls, and if you have to make a roll, make sure that you have a reroll if it's a very crucial point. If it's something that you move a guy and you have to do a goal for it, and you have a chance to fail, make sure you do everything before that. If that's a crucial roll, if it's not a crucial roll and you fail it, you waste your reroll. The crucial roll that you have to do, now you got a circumstance where your chances are a lot less lower. Yes, it's luck based, but it's also chance based involved with your rolls. So.
Yeah, but then again, a lot of the times you just get fucked.
I mean, that happens, but if you increase your chances, then you got a better chance to win.
Statistically, there is a way, but it doesn't always work out that way.
No, it don't. It doesn't.
Especially if your name is Scythian.
Yeah, he got some
You
bad
can
luck.
get just that's how you tell a good Blood Bowl player from, or an experienced one from the greener ones, is an like even any Blood Bowl player can get lucky and have a really good game, but an
Right.
experienced one at least knows how to play it so that, yes, even when Luffle does turn against you in a horrific way, you can at least have something moving forward.
Indeed.
Yeah.
You're
And even
not
win
gonna
sometimes.
be dead.
Oh, yeah, it's possible that you get your ass kicked by Nuffle and you still win. I mean, I've done it before, but it's not easy.
Oh, it's never easy when you're fighting against Nuffle. But,
But it is satisfying as fuck when you do.
indeed.
Yeah.
Either way, what is the score for this match, everyone?
2-0 elves.
Hoo. Okay.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure. I have a feeling elf bullshit is going to be real this one.
Fair enough.
I'm inclined to go with a 1-1 draw.
Ooh, that's interesting too.
Fair.
Yeah. Because I will.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I will admit that
Go
this
ahead,
is one
Brian.
of the cases of if elf bullshit plays out, yeah, the elves are gonna win. But I have a good feeling about Az being able to, for these characters to eliminate enough people that it's gonna cause the elf team to struggle.
Yeah, that's how I view it. But Black, before I go on with mine, what is your score for it?
I'm gonna go for probably a 1-1 draw, but I'm predicting that you will probably take a few casualties out of him, and he'll probably take a chunk out of you.
Okay, so Ben's going to get some casualties, and so is he. Okay. Maz, I can see that. I think the Elves are going to win this one. 2 reasons. Yes, they're going to sustain some injuries. But Leap with Mighty Blow with Strip Ball, or not Mighty Blow, but Leap, Strip Ball, and an increase in strength, it's going to be ridiculous. He's going to be able to get the ball out of the Ghoul's hands really, really quickly, really, really easily. And it's going to be a tough time for the undead to be able to pick up the ball because there's going to be elves everywhere. They're going to run past them because they're too freaking slow. And yeah, it's going to be a 2-1 win for the elves.
But I think it'll be 1-1 because, like I said, if Maz gets a good run going, I think he might just hold out. You know what I mean?
I'm going by experience here too. Ben is way more experienced than Maz.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, admittedly, things could very easily swing in Az's favor if he can, even if it's just badly injured, the strength 4 War Dancer. Just get him off the pitch. Things will be a hell of a lot easier.
Oh yeah, if you can get a War Dancer, if injuries are involved, definitely freaking Wood Elves can lose easily. They have
Even if he
armor value 7.
Even if he just knocks out the War Dancer for a few turns, it'll really help him.
Indeed. But either way, let's move on to the next match. It's actually my match. The Underworld versus the High Elves.
High elves.
More elven nonsense.
More elf bullshit. Alright,
Oh, Yeah. Sorry I couldn't kill any. Glad I tried, but he just was too stubborn.
I know. I'm disappointed with you. You call yourself greenskins. Pfft, I'll show you freaking greenskins with my studded boots on their faces.
Look, I said before, and I said during the match against him, against Dai, I said, look, for some odd reason, Nuffle is not allowing me to hurt anyone. Yet he's allowing me to make ridiculous passes and ridiculous like running plays. But he's not allowing me to hurt anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of the trade-off. I think Nuffle's just more amused by the fact that you're playing athletic orcs.
Yeah.
It's athletic when
Oh,
you
it's
punch
working.
people.
This is gonna
But
be
come on.
a close one, I think, though. Like, this is gonna be really close because your teams are actually pretty evenly matched. I mean, everything on his team is movement value 6 or 7. Everything on yours is movement value 6 or 7, not including your troll. His elf linemen are what, 3-4. Yours are typically 3-3 or 2-3. Minus, of course, your thing. He does have you do have 2 extra goblins.
Mm-hmm.
You have some levels on him, for sure. So I'm saying you probably have a slight advantage, but I think you're going to be you have a slight advantage in levels, but I think you're going to be at a disadvantage overall in this match.
Respectable. Respectable.
I will say that I do acknowledge that you're setting your blitzes are being set up to be rather scary sons of bitches.
Yes. They're becoming the killers that I want them to become.
Though I can't help but feel like Claws isn't really gonna help you in this one, because I'm pretty sure. Because it only really benefits you if they're above 9,
They're
but
not.
they're at 8. So
Yep,
yeah, Mighty Blow's gonna.
it automatically breaks on 8, so yeah, it's not gonna really help too much with the claws. But I got that because of other teams later on. But I got a
Fair enough.
claws and a Mighty
That is
Blow player.
That is
Yeah, Mighty
absolutely
Blow
fair.
help, though.
Yeah, Mighty Blow is gonna help out. No, I got 2 of them. I got the troll and I got the blitzer, obviously. And I got some really good rolls with my goblins too.
Yeah, I saw that. You got the armor value up for the 1 goblin. That's going to be really handy.
Mm-hmm.
And block for
And you
another
got
goblin. Oof.
Yeah, blodging
Sure.
goblin.
I am gonna say I'm just gonna put the score thing down now. I am gonna say that this seems more like a 2-1 in favor of the High Elves.
Yeah.
Simply because I feel like I can't help but feel like, yeah, you've got some pretty hard hitters, and you're gonna injure you're going to knock out or injure some of the bastards, no question.
Indeed.
Mhm.
But I feel like he's going to just pick off some of your goblins, and once he at least starts to get the numbers more even, the elf bullshit will prevail.
Yep. Elf
Fair enough.
bullshit always prevails.
Fair enough.
Except when it doesn't.
Except when it doesn't. Goddamn
Those
Nazi
are the
elves.
And those are the greatest games of all.
Yeah. Yeah,
Alright.
I'd agree. 2-1.
2-1. High Elves winning. What do you say, Black?
I'm going for 3-0 High Elves.
Oh wow!
Ooh.
Everyone's saying I'm going to lose this one. All right. I can't
Not
wait.
that much, but I'm not
You're
saying
go-
you're
you're
going to
go-
do much, though.
You're not going to lose any players. I mean, the Bear Humans are going to lose the players, but he's just going to outrun you and just outpace you. With
You
Bear.
know the Eternal does not know how to play elves that well, right?
I think this is going to be like that. The match, the Skaven match last time. It's either going to be even, and it's either going to be a tie, and you're going to do a lot of damage to the enemy team, or you're going to do a lot of damage to the enemy team, but he's still going to win.
Okay. At least y'all gave me a touchdown. Black didn't give me no touchdown.
I mean, to be fair, I'm getting flashbacks of season 1 when I played Underworld when I went up against the Wood Elf team. Just the
Yeah.
fact that it was 3-1 in his favor, but I killed 4 of his people
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
injured another one, so we had to have 5 to
I guess I can agree with that. So y'all say that the High Elves going to win, but I'm going to pretty much cripple him, so then it's going to be hard for him later on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yes.
You're definitely going to be hurting some people.
Okay.
It's because the elves are more important than your goblins are. It's
Oh,
going to hurt them.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Either way, next thing up will be, I think, the
Amazon.
Amazons versus
Some of
Chaos.
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna say this right now. If his tentacle monstrosity actually bloody works, I think the Amazons might have a long day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
However, because this is Guja, the first season champion,
Gojira.
I feel yeah, I think it's English pronunciation. We say differently in England. I feel that Pig Dog is going to struggle big time in this match because he has no tackle, little to no blocks,
Yeah.
and who he's up against. I think this is going to be pretty much not a steamroll, but I think this is going to be a pretty much. I'm going to say it's Pig Dog, but I think this is going to be a 3-1 win to the Amazons straight away.
Ooh,
This
dang.
It's the Amazons to lose, I feel.
Yeah. And Chaos is down a Beastman also, so that's not going to help him.
He's gonna get a loner, but it's not gonna help him. No, it's go. Ooh, excuse me. It's gonna increase his team value, so he's not gonna get as many inducements as I thought originally. So yeah.
And yeah, actually,
I will-
I'm just.
Sorry, you go.
I'm gonna retract my statement. Yeah, I'm gonna retract my statement on the block. He has no block, no tackle. He has no way to stop that Deborah, who's gonna run roughshod.
Well, Tentacle might help if you can get him in the right position.
That's the problem. Tentacle could do things, but the problem with Tentacle is he's got to get there, and if he doesn't get there quick enough, it's like
It's true, but I mean, I've had Tentacles work with me, and I've had Tentacles do nothing. Like, but it's so fucking great when like someone tries to make a dodge away from a guy with tentacles, and like, no, you're just gonna stay right here. It's so satisfying. It's like, I needed that person to leave, though. No, they're not going to leave. Neither is that person, and neither is that person.
Yeah, if tentacles go good for the Chaos, it could be a lot more deadly. But if he gets outnumbered, he can get brought down. Tentacles can't do nothing. And not do
True, but I
anything.
don't think he's gonna get outnumbered.
It's fair enough because freaking Chaos cannot punch him. Sort of.
Yeah.
I will say this is I will agree. This is definitely going to be in favor of the Amazons. Let's be honest. But I will say that if Nuffle is favorable, if he can get some injuries in very early on, and all that, it might swing in Pig Dog's favor.
Good.
But he needs to get he definitely needs. It's very much going to be the case. He needs to get those proper smacks in.
Indeed.
Yeah.
But here's something else that we need to very well much remember. Remember back in Season 2 when I was playing Chaos? I fought against the Amazon team. They had more skills and whatnot than I did. But I was able to outbash him because of 2 dies and whatnot. If the Chaos can play correct... Don't get me wrong. It's against him. I think it's probably a 2-1 win for the Amazons just because of the player. But if the Chaos can get the injuries, can get the ball and maintain the ball and protect it and take down the Amazons, they got a good chance of winning that match. But like I said, I think the Amazons win just because of pure experience.
Yeah. I
but
think
here's
that's-
but you gotta remember though, when you faced the Amazons, it was near the end of the season. This is right at the beginning.
No, it wasn't.
And this is the big factor.
It wasn't near the end of the season. Mine was actually, I think,
It was actually.
Let me see.
It
I
was,
think-
it was middle to end of the season. You had a lot of skills then. But we
it
got
was
to this
week
before-
3.
Really? I thought it was week 5. Did you?
Nope, week 3.
Yeah. Let's see.
But I did have a tackler, and my ball carrier was Flood, which had the Agi up at that time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, if I recall
Yeah.
correctly, you did. I remember because I fought you week 2, didn't I?
You fought me week 1 when I didn't have any skills.
Yeah. It was early on. It was definitely week 1 or 2. It was very early on before you had the skills. I noticed that you had built up some. You were definitely building up some skills, which Pig Dog sadly doesn't have he doesn't have the correct skills to really give him the edge he needs.
He
against
doesn't
the
have
Amazons.
tackle. He doesn't have block. He has extra arms, so that's essentially a Agi 4 pickup ball carrier, and he has an armor up on a Beastman, so he can withstand the punishment that the Amazon is definitely going to put onto him. But he has 4 Chaos Warriors, one of them obviously Tentacles, that can hold a lot of players near him. And if he can support that Tentacle player, he can outbash him if he gets the rolls. Because don't get me wrong, there's going to be a ton of pushes, and there's a ton of blodge. There's a ton of blodge in my game. But once he gets those rolls and starts getting those injuries, hopefully, if he gets them, it's going to start snowballing and whatnot, and it's going to happen. I'm going to say the Amazon's going to win, but I want the Chaos to win. I want the Chaos to win to be a 2-1, obviously. But that's what I want. What I want to see is going to be Amazons.
I will say that I do believe it's going to be 2-1 Amazons, but I do give you the benefit of the doubt that if he can actually get his injuries in, it can very easily swing Chaos's way.
Indeed.
Oh yeah.
But either way,
I'd say a 1-1 tie. Maybe the Amazons win. They do have the advantage. Gajira is good, but I think 1-1.
yeah, Nuffle can screw you over, no matter how well skilled you are.
Yep.
Yes, glad we all know that.
What you implying over there, Black? It's not like anything happened in our games.
Yeah, talk to a guy who got screwed out of the finals twice. So yeah, I think I know that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to. But
A
yeah,
lot of the finals is just so fun, though. I mean, you know how much fun it was dragging Johnny out of the losers finals. It was hilarious. I knew I wasn't gonna make it, but I didn't want to be in last place. So I was like, no, Johnny, you're gonna just take my place right here. And
yeah, you dragged him into the last place. So you weren't in last place last season, so yeah.
That was Johnny.
Yep, indeed. Either way,
And now
let's speak about
for our
Johnny.
last match.
Yep. Speaking of Johnny versus
The Necromantic team.
Yep, Norse versus Necromancers. Yeah, I'm just having a quick look at the teams. This is very heavily in favor. Just from the get-go, it's going to be very somewhat heavily in favor of Necromantic.
Yeah, Johnny losing his Yeti was what really hurt him.
Yeah.
That was hilarious when that happened. That was hilarious.
Fucking turn 1 too. That was great. I will say it's not like 100% Johnny's gonna lose, but I'd say Johnny's almost certainly going to lose, but he's not like for sure gonna lose.
Well,
he's
let's
got
see.
a decent chance because he's still got his Ulfenwares, which possibly could take down the enemy werewolves, maybe.
And they can surf with him too.
Yeah, if Johnny can actually successfully surf people into the crowd, it'll at least put him out.
It doesn't help that Johnny. Yeah, he's going to get journeyman and all that, but it doesn't help that the Necromantic team actually has proper reserves.
Oh yeah.
No, he's gonna have 2 journeymen. They're both 50k. So he's gonna have essentially 930 against a Necromantic team that's 1,160. So he's gonna have some inducements.
Yeah.
Oh hell yes.
And the what's it called? The Necromantic team only has 1 extra player because they have an injury.
Yeah, that is true.
Ah yes. Oh yes, that is true.
But let me say this though about this Necromantic player.
Just a zombie, though, but yeah.
He's pretty darn decent with Blood Bowl. He's been playing for a while. He got some bad luck against me. I'm not going to deny. He got bad luck against me. But this guy likes fouling just as much as me. Reason why, I don't know if you saw the match before, when he was fighting against, let me see. It wasn't against me, it was, it was against, crap, where are they? I can't see them. It was against Ogres. If we look at it, there's more expulsions for the Necromantic team than it was for the Ogre team. This guy likes fouling.
Yeah, I remember that match. It was the most dirtiest match I've ever seen.
I like this guy. I like him. I feel like for all the newer players, I respect him because he likes fouling.
Yeah, fouling's fun.
I will say this is going to be a hard match to call because it is at the because from the get-go it will favor the Necromantic.
Obviously, Necromantic's going to have the advantage. Johnny's the underdog here.
Yeah, but Flesh Golems versus the... I have no idea how to actually pronounce their names. It's the Norse
werewolf. Just call it the werewolves. The Norse werewolf.
Johnny's here in the chat. I gotta say this. He says, "Okay, keep me guys up. I got it." Or I got it. LOL.
So yeah, it's very much the case of it's gonna be an uphill battle for Johnny, but especially since since the Necromantic team has Vlad the Wrathful, who has Mighty Blow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that is a
But-
scary white.
And of course, just the werewolves in general.
Yeah, the werewolves can counter surf whatever Johnny has. So Johnny, since you're watching, don't place your players where they can be surfed because he's gonna surf you.
Yeah.
The fact that both the Necromantic's werewolves have block is not good. It is not a good thing.
No, it's
No.
not. It's really bad.
This is all uphill for Johnny. This is going to be a very tough fight for him.
Yeah.
It is uphill, but
Yeah.
he's not out of it. He can come back, but
Oh, yeah.
he's gonna have to work for it.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I'd say this is probably going to be a 2-1 against Johnny. I think he's
Yeah.
Like even against me when I stomped him earlier, like he still got a point on me. Yeah, it was a pity point, but it was still a point.
I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. Just I feel like Johnny, he's gonna suffer through this, but I feel like that he will be able to at least stall the Necromantic team enough to prevent them from overwhelming him completely.
I don't. I think Johnny's gonna lose. I think it's gonna be freaking 3-1.
It could be.
Oh, ouch.
Very well could be.
Very well
I'm
could
going
be.
for 1-0 win to the Necromantic, but I feel Johnny is gonna lose quite a lot of players.
Johnny just commented in the chat below. He said that this is a survival match. He's expecting probably to lose. I don't see it, but it's a survival match. He's going to just try to keep his guys up and not get fouled, even though that's going to be impossible because there's going to be a bunch of guys on the ground that's going to be stomped by zombies. I assure you that much, Johnny.
Yeah. Pretty much, it is just a survival match. I'd say this season is a survival match for the Skaven, Johnny, and me. Like this particular match for those 3 players is going to be a survival match because we're all down to 850 or lower.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I can say that, but at the same time, for people that's going to want to survive, I'm going to say obviously you against Black. I'm going to say the High Elves versus me. That's going to be a survival
I'm just
match.
gonna say that I got no chance in hell against that one.
Uh,
That's gonna be all down to luck.
Yeah, the rats. They're gonna have a survival match, and yeah, Johnny, them are the survival matches.
Yeah, the rats are definitely a survival match.
And
For sure.
I'm gonna actually have to add this one. It's gonna be Ben with his team,
Yeah.
because he's gonna have to survive against those freaking mummies.
I think then.
Yeah, it feels nice to know that the Lizardman versus Ogre match is not a survival match, simply because we're not in desperate straits.
No, you're not in
Not
desperate
really.
strengths and you have high armor. Usually, in general, besides what happened with Scythe, your armor is fairly sturdy and not paper.
Yeah, like it was a lot of rolls. Like they just went really bad really quick.
Hmm.
All I want to see is out of your match, right? I want to see deaths. I do not want to see slappy tappy. I want to see proper murdering.
Oh, come on, we all want to see
Outta
proper
here.
murdering. And there's going to be proper murdering because it's Skinks versus Snotlings. There's going to be some proper murdering there.
And you're way quicker than he is. I can assure you that much too, Bright. So either way, I hope
I'm
you all
way
enjoy
quicker
the
and
stream.
naturally stronger. Way
Yeah.
stronger than him too.
And
They're
indeed,
stronger, but but Nobblers are more disposable.
they can be thrown too.
True.
And he did not throw. He threw 1 goblin. So his strategy so far is not to throw his Nobblers. He only does that to he only did that to get a touchdown. That's it.
Hmm.
Like so, he never once threw a single Nobbler at any of my players. So he's not going to do that. He might once,
Ah.
but it's almost certain he's not going to do it.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Either way.
I don't think he quite gets the strategy behind that, honestly. And there is a weird strategy to ogres. That they're not a team you can play as standard. Like, if you
I
try
know
to-
what you mean, man. I play goblins.
Ogres are fun. I love ogres. Don't get me wrong. I have an ogre team, but they are very difficult to play.
Indeed.
If you can play him like kind of right and get lucky, which he like. Not saying he doesn't have any good skills. He's good. He made some smart calls, but he got very lucky last time, and it's not going to be that way every single game. He's going to eventually run into a bunch of bonehead rolls.
Indeed.
Oh hell yes, I get that because I had the same thing with my vampires where, yeah, you'll play, but sooner or later the bloodlust is gonna get you.
Yep. But either way, I'm gonna have to call it for the stream, so I hope you all enjoy it. Thank you all for joining me and letting everyone know about what's gonna happen in the future season. So thank you all for watching. Take it easy, and we shall see all of you in the next analysis video.